What's up YouTube? Welcome back to Celio's Network. Today's video features a best 2 out of 3 match between the Single Strike Urshifu VMAX and the Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX, both coming out in the new Battle Style set in North America on March 19th. I've built these early decks to create content like this for the channel, and I have deck profiles for each of the deck lists on the channel already, so I'll leave links to those in the description down below. Before we get into the match, shout out to PotownStore.com, my lovely sponsor, and the best place for you to get PTCGO codes. Be sure to use code CELIO for 5% off. I'd also like to remind you to subscribe to this channel for daily Pokemon TCG content if you enjoy this video and you're not already subscribed. Hope you enjoy the match. Thanks for watching. So we're starting out with myself on the left playing the Rapid Strike Urshifu deck and my mom on the right playing the Single Strike Urshifu deck. She's going to start out with a Pokecom, getting a Houndour down. The Single Strike Houndour that can evolve into Houndoom to then accelerate the Single Strike energy. And she's attaching a Single Strike energy there to the Single Strike Urshifu V. And that could count as fighting or dark one at a time. And then it buffs the attacks of the Single Strike Pokemon by 20 damage. She's then getting out a Mew with Bench Barrier with the Quick Ball. And then pass the turn over. So that Mew is going to protect her Houndours and Houndooms from my Urshifu Rapid Strike's attack. I benched Celebi. Celebi is pretty good in this deck. It allows you to look at the top 6 cards and grab any energy from there. Any one energy, special or basic. So then I'm going to scoop up that Celebi and escape rope back to Jirachi, amazing rare. And I don't use the Celebi's ability there since I'm just going to research anyway. So it looks like I research away Jirachi GX, a trainer, and 2 energy. Using Jirachi here to get a Pokecom off the top of the deck, look at the top 2 and take any card. Gonna Pokecom away a Galarian Zigzagoon to get a Rapid Strike Urshifu V down. The Urshifu Vs aren't horrible, but they are just there to evolve into the Rapid Strike Urshifu and Single Strike Urshifu V Maxes. The Vs wouldn't really be used on their own. And I think I benched an Empoleon V here. Yeah, so Empoleon V, the ability isn't going to affect her too much, but Swirling Slice is a nice attack to go in with a 2-prize Pokemon to start things off. In case she gets a very powered up Single Strike VMAX, I might not want to lead with my Rapid Strike VMAX. So she does evolve the Houndoom prior to using Professor's Research, so that means she's going to be able to accelerate energy and put 2 damage counters on her Urshifu VMAX. She also plays down the Single Strike Stadium, which allows you to discard a card from your hand, a Single Strike card from your hand, and draw 2. She attaches Stone Energy down to the Urshifu, so now it takes 20 less damage from attacks. Quick Ball away a Capture Energy. Likely for another Houndour. No, for a Dedenne. I believe she's looking to maybe retreat and knock out this amazing rare Jirachi. So she uses the Stadium to discard the, I think it's called Vitality Pot. And draw 2, then the Dedenne, and use the Houndoom attack, or ability, my bad. Using the Houndoom's ability to accelerate a Single Strike energy. And then pass it over to me. So she does not get an attack off that turn. I'm not going to be able to get my Rapid Strike's second attack, Gmax Flow. That's not going to happen this turn because I did attach to the Empoleon as opposed to the Urshifu last turn. So I can try to lead with that Empoleon instead of the Urshifu. This is the Rapid Strike Stadium, which gives your Rapid Strike Pokemon -2 retreat cost. So Empoleon and Rapid Strike Urshifu V and VMAX both have 2 retreat costs, so that is very convenient to have in the deck. Here I will be looking for a Rapid Strike energy, which will provide 2 energy for my Empoleon, so I can knock out the Houndoom and then move the energy back to my Urshifu V. So Quick Ball away the Empoleon V and grab Dedenne. So I could have switched into the Celebi to then look for energy, but I didn't want to have to get an air balloon or another switch to get back out of there when I switched out of the Jirachi. So I did switch directly into the Empoleon since I had enough cards. I had the Crobat, I had a Quick Ball, so figured I would draw into it that way, and I did end up drawing into it that way. So I'll evolve the Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX down onto the board, and then I'll use Empoleon's attack to do 130, knocking out the Houndoom, and moving a Rapid Strike energy back to the Urshifu VMAX where it's safe, question mark, because if my mom is able to accelerate one more single strike energy or attach it from hand, and then boss, she actually would one-shot Rapid Strike VMAX with the Gmax single strike? Gmax one blow. Gmax one blow is what the attack's called. It does a base of 270, goes through all effects, and then this the single strike energies add 20 damage for each one. So if she has 3 on there, that attack does 330 damage. So but she did Marnie, so I will not be getting hit with the one shot. So she just uses the first attack that does 100 and then plus 20 for each of the single strike energies. So here I have the Rapid Strike energy. I'm deciding there's 2 good options here. I either use my first attack on the Gmax, on the Rapid Strike VMAX, to do 150 to the active, because I can't use Rapid Flow. I would only do 120 to the active, and Mew is blocking the bench damage it would do. Or I could just use Empoleon V's attack again, trying to attach an Urshifu V there, not the right card. I could just use Empoleon V's attack again to do 130, or I could even just boss something up. I can bring up a Houndour or the Mew, maybe the other Urshifu V. So I'm going to bring up the Mew and knock it out. And she's just going to promote the Urshifu VMAX back up. So I have a fully powered Urshifu VMAX on my board now, but like I said, that can just be knocked out if she gets a single strike energy and a boss's orders. So she's going to accelerate a single strike to the benched Urshifu and put 2 damage counters on it, because she can just knock out the active with the first attack that does 100 plus 20 for each of the single strikes. So she's knocking out Empoleon now with the first attack. Now she wouldn't want to use the second attack on this Empoleon because it does discard all energy attached to the Urshifu. Attach a stone energy for turn to the benched Urshifu, and this Empoleon is knocked out. So we're both at 4 prizes now. Ooh, and I have a Zigzagoon, so I could put a Zigzagoon ping on the Houndoom and knock out Houndoom and Houndour with Gmax Rapid Flow. I wonder if that's what I'm going to do. I hope that's what I do here. That seems like a really great move. There we go. Okay. Oh, the issue is my bench is entirely support Pokemon. Alright, so I reset Stamper. Do I have Scoop Up Net in my hand? Is that a Scoop Up Net? No, I don't think there's a Scoop Up Net. So I reset Stamp, and if I knock out the Houndour, that makes it so she has to have the single strike energy in hand to one-shot my Urshifu for 330 damage. Oh, she has the single strike in hand! So it's going to go, I have 2 prizes, and I have a 2 prize lead, but now she's going to take a 1 prize lead with this turn. This is crazy. Yeah, so that does 330 damage. So I have that Cheryl in my hand, but I'm not even getting to use it to heal because I was one-shotted. Cheryl is a new supporter that allows you to heal all of your evolution Pokemon, and then you discard energy from any of them that had damage on them. So here, what do I do? What to do? Gonna use Jirachi's ability, look at the top 2. Grab a switch. Retreat into Celebi. And we're looking at the top 6 cards. Searching for an energy. We got a Rapid Strike energy, very nice. Bench Urshi, attach the Rapid Strike. Scoop up net. And we're going to send that out in Strafe 30 switch, I guess. Yeah, we're going to Strafe 30 and switch. Oh, no switch. It's a Yume switch. So we're just going to swing 30. Leave that out there. It's pretty safe. Because she does not have any Houndours set up. She's going to play double Vitality Pot to shuffle 3 single strike energies into her deck. All 3 that are in the discard pile. That's a really important card for this deck to have. So I don't think single strike Urshi could have existed if they did not print the Vitality Pot. So very good that they did print that, because it wouldn't be playable without. So she attaches the single strike scroll here. And she just uses the Fury attack on the single strike scroll. On my side of things, I got a VMAX Urshifu. I keep calling them Gmax because they're attack names. And I am able to switch retreat, and that's the game. Boss up Dedenne, hit for weakness. Bing bang boom, game 1 goes to Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX. You'll notice there's a good bit of back and forth between these decks, and I think we picked 3 really good games to show that here today. So going into game 2, she's going to start out, she has the single strike energy attachment to the Urshifu, and that might be it. She does have a quick ball, so she wants to get down a Houndour. And don't forget, these deck lists are available on the channel. There will be links in the description to the deck profiles for each of the decks featured in today's match. Here's a quick ball getting rid of the Rapid Strike scroll, which I don't think actually gets used at any point in this specific match. I don't think it's a super good tool in this matchup, or at least it hasn't been in my testing thus far. I definitely don't think it's as impactful overall as the single strike scroll, which is really, really good. Okay, so quick ball out the bat. We already have single strike Urshifu V on the bench. We have Celebi in the active to find energy if needed. Really loving that Celebi from Shining Fates. Coming out about a month before Battle Styles does. We'll go ahead and Zigzagoon 1 ping down on to the active Urshifu V. Looks like my supporter for turn is gonna have to be a research. So we Celebi 6 cards, none of them are energy. 0 energy. So we've had our opening hand, we've had the Crobat, and we've had the Celebi. No energy yet. Benching another Urshi, and now it looks like we're going to probably balloon something, possibly switch, and then research. Okay, so balloon in on the Crobat, switch the Celebi into the Crobat, and research, looking for an energy. And it looks like there is 0 energy in that hand of mine. That's pretty upsetting. And we get the Dene. This is the final straw. We'll get Jirachi GX2 not being used in this matchup to remove the psychic weakness. This is still my turn 1, and this has been going on for a while now. Looking for that energy? Is it possible? We got it. Okay, we get energy there. Rapid Strike energy down to the Urshifu V. Now, she does not have one-shot potential onto my Urshifu V. There's no combination of cards that can make that happen because she only has 1 Houndour down, and she's not playing Mustard in her deck, so she cannot get down 2 Houndooms this turn. Minimum of 1 Houndoom. Maximum of 1 Houndoom, my bad. So attach single strike energy active, and then Houndoom for another single strike energy. So that's plus 60 damage coming out of this Urshifu already. So the first attack is swinging for 160 after taking into account those single strike energies. And 3 single strike energy is really the magic number to have on the single strike Urshifus in this matchup, because that allows you to hit the perfect knockout on the Urshifu VMAX on the opposing side of the board. And even if they have stone energies attached, those stone energies do not reduce damage because the Gmax 1 blow is not affected by effects on the defending Pokemon. Okay, so I'm going to start things off with a Celebi's ability. Grab a Stone Energy. I'm going to shuffle my deck because I'm not sure if I'm going back in just yet. Evolve into the Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX. Scoop up the Celebi. We'll attach Stone to the benched one in case that active one gets knocked out, which I think is very likely to happen. We're going to Pokecom for the second Urshifu VMAX. So this game was looking a little rough at the beginning, but we've got 2 Urshifu VMAXs on the board, and they each have energy. And this active one is going to swing for 150 damage since it did move from the bench to the active this turn, and it has a Rapid Strike energy attached. The bench one has a Stone energy attached. So she's just going to attach Stone, Gmax 1 blow, boom, active Urshifu is gone. So the single strike Urshi here has 180 damage on it, so I can knock that out with the first attack on VMAX Rapid Strike Urshifu, I believe. Yeah, so we'll swing 150 just for switching in. Has 180 on it. That's adds up to 330. Yep, so we take the knockout there. And I go down to 3 prizes, and she has 2, I believe. Yeah, she has 2 prizes, I have 3. So even though the board looks super one-sided for me, she only needs to knock out 1 Pokemon. She can just knock out Crobat or Dedenne. So she knows I cannot one-shot her, which is definitely a weakness of the Rapid Strike deck. So she's going to use the first attack on Single Strike Urshifu to search for up to 2 fighting energy and attach them. So the only card in the deck that actually counts as a fighting energy is the single fighting energy I play for this exact situation. So she'll search that out, attach it there. So next turn she can just attach a 3rd energy of any kind to have enough to do the first attack on the VMAX Urshifu. But even the V can get a knockout on Dedenne or Crobat since it does swing for 180 for 3 energy. So I'll use Escape Rope to force the Houndoom active and knock it out, forcing her to have Boss and energy in the hand. And I do believe she does. Yeah, she does have it. I think she's going to go and grab the Urshifu VMAX, even though she doesn't have to. Yeah, she could just use the basics attack for 180. But that should be game, unless I'm seeing her hand incorrectly. Yep, that's game. Come on now. Wait, did she just see it? Does she... Oh no. She played down Marnie. She has Boss in her hand. What's going on? Oh, so many misplays. I'm like, wait, do you have Boss in your hand? She's like, yeah, Boss. Oh, slip of the mind there from Joan Morsa. Sometimes referred to as the better Morsa, but maybe that game right there seals the deal because she did win, but I took game 1. So game 3, this is for all the marbles. Let's see who the better Morsa is when it comes down to the Urshifu decks. Previewing some Battle Styles cards and even a Shining Fates card with that Celebi that I really love, and I started with it, so that's tight. Quick ball away a Cheryl. I'm starting things off here since I lost game 2. Quick ball in for a Bat to draw some cards, because that's what the Bat does. Gonna shuffle up my deck a healthy amount here, make sure everything's properly randomized. Don't want anybody to think I'm stacking or cheating or anything. So you can see the deck from 3 different angles, really just thoroughly shuffling this deck here after searching for the Crobat. Crobat for 3. Now we get an Urshifu. We have energy down already. We can Celebi just to grab an energy if there's any on the top 6. There is. Looking like a pretty decent turn. No supporter needed. We got energy for next turn. We got energy for this turn. We have our evolution for next turn. Everything looks great. This is also the first time in the set that I'm going first. My mom went first the first game and second game. Alright, so she attaches Stone Energy and then the Single Strike Scroll. So Fury will be the 3rd option on that Pokemon. I love that the Pokemon, the Urshifu VMAXs both have essentially 3 attacks on their VMAXs due to the Single Strike and Rapid Strike Scrolls. And that Single Strike and Rapid Strike VMAXs that may or may not come in the future will have essentially a 2nd or 3rd or 4th attack because of the scrolls. So quick ball away at the Dene here. She's got her single strike Urshifu ready, and she has Mew on the bench already, which is fantastic for her. She's going to pass it on over to me, and now I have that Rapid Strike scroll, which spreads 30 damage everywhere. That can't be done because of Mew, but if I use it on Empoleon V shuts off non-GX abilities or non-rule box abilities, so that Rapid Strike scroll can actually be used with Empoleon even if Mew is out, for the full effect of the 30 spread, of course. So I escape rope. She sends out Houndour. She had a Houndour active already, so no harm, no foul. I'm just sending out a different Houndour. She knows one is safe. She doesn't want to give me 2 prizes with the bat. She doesn't want to see me swing into the Urshifu prematurely. And I can't take out both Houndours because the Mew's there, so she'll just feed me 1. Possibly there, send up the Crobat, let me take that knockout, and then she can evolve 2 Houndooms next turn potentially, but maybe her hand isn't good enough to evolve 2 Houndooms anyway, so she'll just feed me this Houndour. There we go, the Shuffling King, making sure everything's properly randomized. And we'll just use that first attack to do 300 because of weakness. Actually, are they weak to fighting? I believe they are. I'll have to check on that one. So sending up the single strike Urshifu V, evolve into V Max. Attach a second Stone Energy. Very nice. So if she sent up the bat, she would have been able to use double Houndoom, but she didn't have a single strike in hand, so she would be missing the knockout by 20 damage, and you definitely don't want to do that, especially since she knows my deck is running Cheryl. You don't want to go all in with a 310 damage attack, discard your energies, and then I just heal it like it was nothing. So she'll swing with the first attack for 120 because of the single strike energy. I missed the extra 20 damage there, but I'm sure we fix that eventually. Because she has 2 stone, 1 single strike. I think I missed the third energy being a single strike there for the math. So should be 120. I attach a stone energy to the benched Urshifu V and boss up the Crobat. And I'm going to knock out the Crobat, discarding my energy. Oh, so I don't have to switch, right? Because the first attack only does 150 if I had been on the bench this turn, and I was not. So I had a pretty poor hand, so I just Ultra Ball up the Crobat and use G-Max Rapid Flow to do 120 to 2 Pokemon, applying the fighting weakness on Crobat, and the other 120 goes wherever it wants because the Mew blocks it anyway, so it doesn't matter where the other 120 goes. And she will G-Max 1 blow there, doing 310 damage, discarding all the energy, knockout. So we're both at 3 prizes. I knocked out a Crobat and a Houndour, and she knocked out my my single strike Urshifu VMAX. So you'll notice she's kind of trying to knock out the big things as fast as possible, and my deck is almost ignoring her G-Max, her VMAX Urshifu. So it's interesting to see that the card designers accurately captured the styles of the Urshifu and the attributes they wanted to emulate from the video game. So I played on the Rapid Strike Stadium, the Dene for 6, Balloon to the bat. We're going to Marnie. Hands go to the bottom of the deck. And what do we do here? Do I have Urshifu. No, I have Empoleon, I have Urshifu V, I have Zigzagoon, I have a Rapid Strike, and I have a Research in hand, I believe. So we're going to retreat for free and use Strafe for 30 and switch back into the Empoleon. So that 20 damage we missed never actually mattered because she just blew me up with one blow anyway. Okay, so she'll use Houndoom for both of the other single strike energies. None prized, none in hand. 2 in the discard pile. And that adds 40 damage to her. So she's at 110 damage now. And I still won't be able to knock her out because my attack pretty much caps at 150 unless I'm playing basic fighting and dojo, other than the Galarian Zigzagoon headbutt tantrum. So if I bring up my Urshifu, I definitely risk it being knocked out because all she needs is a Vitality Pot and then double Houndoom. So she's going to boss up the Urshifu V. Now this is actually a misplay that we talked about after the game. She has Eldegoss in her hand, so she should definitely just, in my opinion, boss up the Crobat or Dedenne, knock it out, then next turn Eldegoss, knock out another. But I could reset stamp her. I'm not positive how many reset stamps I have in the discard right now, so maybe she's worried about knocking it out, going down to 1 prize, getting stamped and lose from there. So that's definitely a reasonable concern. So maybe it's better to just do this and say, hey, if you evolve that Urshifu into the VMAX, it's knocked out if I have a Vitality Pot. Or if you hit into me, I'm going to knock it out with Fury. And so she swung in for 140, but I have 2 Stone Energy on. So I think we messed that up by 20 damage potentially. Oh no, she used Fury. So Fury does 10 plus 10 for every damage counter, so that's 120. And Stone and Stone, that's 160. So yeah, we did that right. I'm going to attach Rapid Energy to the benched Urshi. Not evolving into the VMAX. I'm not sure if I have one, but even if I did, I think I purposely don't evolve into it here. Zigzagoon to the active and research. Yeah, I don't want to give her a 3 prize Pokemon since she has exactly 3 prizes left. Yeah, it's actually really interesting now that I think about it. Because in the moment I thought, oh, definitely boss the Crobat, then Eldegoss, boss the Dedenne, and you win there. So she would like win right there. But thinking now from her perspective, maybe she's thinking if I have reset stamp, that actually could lose her the game if she takes those extra prizes early instead of just setting up the Urshifu. But the thing I see here is I'm just able to set up a different Urshifu now. So she would have ended up having game if she just knocked out Crobat then Dedenne. But instead she goes down to 1 prize here. Okay, so I bench Amazing Rare Jirachi and retreat into it. I get a Rapid Strike Energy. I'm honestly not sure what I need. I have to look at my hand here. What did I need? Maybe I'm looking for a reset stamp? Well, I know if she gets Vitality Pot, she wins. Unless she can't attach that many energies, because then the Houndoom's ability would knock her out, maybe? Okay, so I Marnie her. Now I'm looking for the stamp. Oh, we got stamp. Let's go, stamp to 1. Stamp to 1 has been said to be a myth, though. So here's the thing, she has the Fury tool on her, right? Like, I have to swing into her, but that makes her do more damage to me. So that does base 10, one more for every damage counter, then plus 20 for each single strike. So I have 330, so she needs to have 280 damage on her to knock me out with Fury right now, and she has 150. So if I swing with the 120 attack, G-Max Rapid Flow, just do 120, 120, that will leave her 10 damage on herself short, or a single strike energy of knocking me out. She has double Vitality Pot in the hand off Stamp to 1. She can shuffle those in. She gets to attach 1 from Houndoom after we check the damage. Because, oh, actually she can attach both and she'll still live through it. So she attaches both and uses the Fury, or she doesn't even need the Fury. She can just do G-Max 1 blow. So that is game 3. So single strike Urshifu won game 3 there. Yeah, and a great set between Rapid Strike Urshifu and single strike Urshifu VMAX. I hope you all enjoyed that exciting match between the Urshifu's Single Strike and Rapid Strike VMAX cards coming in battle styles. Be sure to get your PTCGO codes over at PotownStore.com and use code CELIO for 5% off when battle styles does come out in March. Let me know which of the Urshifu cards you like better in the comments down below, the Single Strike or the Rapid Strike. I'm partial to the Rapid Strike because of the more intricate and decision-based skills I think are involved with the card, but honestly, both cards and the decks built around them are quite refreshing because they focus around the evolving Urshifus and the kind of 2 hits of the Rapid Strike deck, and then the big 1 hits that need the combination of Houndoom and the Single Strike Urshifu VMAX over in the Single Strike deck. So I'm really pleased with these cards so far, and I'm excited to play even more games with these decks and others from Battle Styles. So be sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of that content. Have a great day. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time here on Celio's Network.